it's your chance to be ruthless.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. They don't wanna see me care. Anytime I make some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared I walk a straight path. Not many can say that. I like to play fast, cross me and there's payback. You better pray that I don't see your face at any place that I go. I know you hate that. I've been doing fine, I'm not wasting any more time. I live for the fight and the climb, and I think that the pain that's deep inside is what defines. So I won't give up, I'm gonna make it to the top. I don't care what's in my way, I swear I'm never gonna stop. I could fall flat on my face and I swear I won't get back up, cause I don't deserve a thing and the road ahead is tough. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless.
All right, ladies and gentlemen of the Imagination, this is Imagine Live from the Dojo, chapter 289, and this is going to be the biggest show in Imagine Live from the Dojo history because we are just 3 days away from March the 21st, our 7-year anniversary show. That's right, Imagine Volume 73. We are returning to the Juniata Civics Association Pavilion on Saturday, just 3 days from now, to bring you our 7-year anniversary. But before we get there, we're going to absolutely rock you here this evening because you're going to hear from Rubio Bell here this evening. You're going to hear from Alex Danis here this evening. You're going to hear from Gerard Garrett here this evening. You're going to hear from the Enigma Lucio Devir, your Chief Executive Officer here at Imagine Wrestling, Cato, and the big star Dave Daniels. Plus, speaking of just 3 days from now, the huge main event for Imagine Volume 73 is a heavyweight championship title match between the current champion, all that Braden Elliott, and the challenger, the sideshow psycho and Carney King Malachi Cage. But before they engage in that act of mutual combat, they are going to sign the very contract for that very match in that ring here this evening. You're not going to want to miss that. And speaking of last times and first times, the rocker, Chris Sands, is going to be in the house tonight for his very last time here at Imagine Live from the Dojo, and he is going to come face-to-face with his former tag team partner and best friend, but also opponent for this Saturday, Jimmy the High Flying Hippie. They're going to come face-to-face, and don't forget, Saturday is the final stop on the farewell tour of the rocker Chris Sands. Tickets are still available. Don't forget to grab them. You don't want to miss that. We have two huge matchups here this evening, in one of which the current Imagine Central Pennsylvania champion, the Shape Jake Wiley, will be in the corner of the Battle Buck Magnus Knox as he goes one-on-one with a man they call Direwolf, with the world beater Chris Coleman in his corner. This is going to be an explosive matchup. And your fighting champion here at Imagine Live from the Dojo, the low-life James Rivers, is going to put that Imagine Live championship title up on the line one more time against former Imagine Live from the Dojo champion, extraordinary Xavier Deuce. This is going to be one of those go-home shows that you're not going to want to miss. We are just 3 days away from our huge 7-year anniversary show, but Imagine Live from the Dojo starts now.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition, the go-home edition of Imagine Live, chapter 289. I'm your host, Mike Zeke, coming by my tag team partner at the commentary desk, Jimmy, the high-flying hippie. Jimmy, how you doing tonight, my friend?
I'm doing great. It's me, the guru of woohoo, right here, back on YouTube, the homegrown hero, baby. Please take a minute, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to stay up on all things Imagine Wrestling right here on YouTube.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are just 3 days away from the event of the spring. VIP tickets for Volume 73 are sold out. General admission are going very, very fast. So if you haven't gotten your tickets for this Saturday, get your tickets after this show tonight. Don't wait. Get them. They're going quick.
The imagination's going to turn out strong for this one, but there's not a bad seat in the house. Plenty of tickets still available. It's going to be a party. 7-year anniversary show.
Man. Come
see what Imagine Wrestling's all about. Getting choked up even thinking about it, Mike Zeke.
Man. 7 years is crazy.
It's going to be a great time. A lot of great matches already lined up and some great surprises as the night continues on. It's going to be a good time. I know you'll be there, Mike Zeke.
Yeah, I'll be there. And we're going to see all the great matches we have coming up this Saturday here a little bit later. But speaking of matches, why don't we send it up to DC Bentley for the first match of the night. DC, take it away, my friend.
All right, thank you, Mike, and thank you, Jimmy. The following contest is scheduled for one fall, is for the Imagine Live Championship title, and is scheduled for 20 minutes. Introducing first, he is from right here in Altoona, Pennsylvania. He is extraordinary, Xavier Deuce. I love the enthusiasm. All right. Great to see you, as always, extraordinary Xavier Deuce. Now, I know that you've got your hands full tonight with this Imagine Live Championship title match, but I do want to ask you, how are you preparing yourself for this Saturday? How are you preparing yourself for the Enigma Lucio Devir?
Well, DT, I'm training hard in the gym, and I watched a video of them watching the Lucio. Here's the thing, DT. You have a fan who banging your ass or you in your head every time? That's me. That's Lucifer. He been banging my ass a long time. And I had enough. And yes, I say, I will teach him the lesson. That my future is coming on. It's coming on. And the mother boy, the Imagine Live Champion, will come home to Imagine World.
All right. Thank you, extraordinary Xavier Deuce. Excited as always. And now, he is from the wrong side of the tracks. He is your current Imagine Live champion. He is the lowlife James Rivers.
It's not going anywhere. Never does. Never does.
All right, James Rivers, before I ask you anything, I do want to draw your attention to this video. Please take a look.
James, Jimmy, J-Man, this is the most exciting professional wrestler on the independent scene today. This is the wildcard Rubio Bell. And I've had some time to think about our previous encounter. And I've thought about what I could have done differently. And, you know, after all this time, the only thing I regret is shaking your hand in the first place. But don't worry. I saw you had some kind words for me on Imagine Live. You want to talk about respect. Respect seems to be the word of the day. I know respect is earned, unlike your victory last month. But just for a second, ask yourself this. Why would a superstar like myself want respect from the likes of you? And you brought up a good point. You said that I smacked the taste out of your mouth. And I've watched it back, I don't even know how many times. And you're right, I did smack the taste out of your mouth. And you know what? It was the highlight of my night. But to me, it seems like you're begging for it again. Because you've challenged the wild card March 21st. And I graciously accept. You see, because this time, there's not going to be a handshake. And like you said, there's not going to be respect, our word of the day. You see, because all I want, James, is I want to teach you a vital lesson. Because this Imagine audience, they sing your song and they do your little pose, and for one night, you get to be the guy. Congrats, buddy. But the truth is, Mr. Lowlife, you're looking at the guy. And March 21st, I just can't wait to get my hands on you one more time. Because somebody has got to smarten you up. And that, I'll gladly do.
All right, James Rivers, cutting and confident words from the wild card Rubio Bell. I'd like to hear your response.
I would expect nothing less than confidence from someone who has no idea who they're dealing with or what they're talking about. And I can tell from every single word you said. You see, you said that respect doesn't matter to you, respect being the word of the day, as you put it. And It usually doesn't to me, which is why it should have meant something to you. You see, respect is something that I have famously said is a 7-letter word for people less talented than me. And I offered you that respect because I thought you were talented enough to garner that level of appreciation, and you slapped me upside my face. You said on the 21st, your goal this Saturday is to smarten me up. To smarten me up, the smartest man in this entire company. You need to get your brain checked. You need to be smartened up. And I'm going to beat those brains right out of your skull this Saturday if you think you're teaching me any kind of lesson. I can't wait to get my hands on you the same way you can't wait to get yours on me. The only difference is when I get mine on you, you're not going to look the same. I'm going to knock that unibrow right off your head into the 3rd row, and I am going to put you down because I am James Rivers. I am a low life, baby, and you are going to sink to the bottom.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was James Rivers, who would really like to give Rubio Bell a frontal lobotomy. I'd rather have a bottle in front of me, but hey, you're going to have these two men in front of you right after this.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Chapter 289, first match of the evening. We have the lowlife, James Rivers, defending the Imagine Life Championship against the extraordinary Xavier Deuce. Former Imagine Life champion, looking to regain the championship. Referee John Williams showing off that beautiful Imagine Life championship here. Both men looking like they're ready to go. Here we go.
How do you think referee John Williams celebrates St. Patrick's Day, Mike Zeke?
I think he dyes the skull green.
Shamrocks and ham hocks. There's a collar and elbow tie-up. James Rivers gets thrown off by the bigger man, Xavier Deuce. Truly is extraordinary.
Yeah, man. Been hot on the scene here in Imagine Wrestling for the better part of the last 6 months. Had a nice little victory streak going for him. Now he's been dealing with the special attraction, as you guys have, as also you and the Rocker Chris Sands, who will be in the house here a little bit later.
I feel like anyone who comes into the contact with a special attraction is kind of dealing with them, putting up them on some level. The quick feet of James Rivers there.
Oh, my God. Just trying to muscle him into the corner. Him out of the corner there. Oh, big shoulder tackle.
There's no one on the Imagine roster with the intensity of Xavier Deuce.
Swing and a miss. Oh, another big shoulder tackle from Xavier Deuce.
He's
who takes
fired
the
up.
center of the ring, Jimmy.
Xavier Deuce is like a racehorse at the starting line. He is ready to go.
Yeah, James Rivers.
James Rivers rolls to the outside to regroup. There's no one craftier than James Rivers. You can see right there, one step ahead of Xavier Deuce.
Xavier maybe showing a little bit of his inexperience there, trying to get to the low life right out of the bat here. But straight in after him, another big shoulder tackle. Man.
James Rivers hits the ground hard on that one. Xavier Deuce to the second turnbuckle here.
Oh, he's got his leg. Oh! Good Lord, what a dragon screw from the top rope, Jimmy.
You called it right. Dragon screw leg whip. 3/4 of the way across
Into
the ring.
the cover. Just a 1 count. Wow, did you see him push him out of there? Good Lord.
If you take out the leg of the bigger man, Mike Zeke, he's no longer the bigger man. Exactly the game plan of James Rivers.
The low life James Rivers going low. Who'd have thought? Now just driving his knee to the back of Xavier Deuce's knee. A knee for a knee.
There's nothing beneath this man, James Rivers. He isn't what he claims to be, a low life.
Look at the torque on that. I think Xavier's just might be just a little bit too close to the ropes, as we can see there. Gets the break that he needs.
Good ring awareness there from Xavier Deuce. Able to get to that rope break. Referee John Williams right in there. Good officiating here tonight as always. You're tuning in on a Wednesday. Imagine live from the dojo. The Imagination turning out strong tonight. We thank you all for tuning in.
Well, they're trying to turn Xavier Deuce into a pretzel.
Into a pretzel.
Wow, do you see the way his leg was contorted? It was disgusting.
See, the thing about James Rivers is this man always introducing new offense, coming at you from all angles, not afraid to take it to the sky, do it on the mat, or in this case, isolate a body part.
100% a student of the game, as you said, always trying to add something to his repertoire. And someone for being in the business less than 5 years, I mean, he's, certainly taken to not only to Xavier Deuce here tonight, but everybody that has been put in front of him since he's been here.
He considers himself the lowest of the low, able to swim with sharks, hang out in the snake pit, whatever you call it. James Rivers navigates these waters of pro wrestling very well. Xavier Deuce is in a bad way here. Xavier Deuce. See, what you're looking at right there is James Rivers putting himself between Xavier Deuce and the ropes. That way, in case he chooses to put another hold on, that rope break is unavailable a second time.
Just stalking his prey. Oh, my God! Just a 2 count. Man, I did not like the way that looked, Jimmy. That was gross.
Xavier Deuce really clutching at that knee now. That was absolutely disgusting. Knee to knee drop there. James Rivers' old school offense just executed perfectly.
Oh, God!
Look at that.
What kind of shape is Xavier Deuce going to be in this Saturday when he goes one-on-one with Lucio Devir? James Rivers clearly motivated, looking ahead to facing Rubio Bell in just 3 days. The event of the spring, ladies and gentlemen. Get your tickets for this Saturday after this show.
Single leg short crab by James Rivers. Xavier Deuce able to put his shoulders on the mat.
Just into the cover
James
again.
Rivers to break the hold. James Rivers really pursuing the pin here tonight, Mike Zeke.
Yeah, he is. Staying on top of Xavier Deuce, and he's got to. Xavier Deuce is very unpredictable.
Look at the gold chain and earring of the lowlife. What did he do, knock off a pawn shop?
And he hit up the cash for gold place before he got here today.
Oh, good looking. He could have.
Oh, my God!
Could have been looking for a figure 4 there, Mike Zeke.
Yeah, man. Looked like he was going for that, or maybe some variation of an Indian deathlock, which we've seen him use in the past.
Perhaps a Terry Funk spinning toe hold. Either way, Xavier Deuce able to kick him off.
Oh, big clothesline from Xavier Deuce.
Xavier Deuce on one leg here.
Yeah, man. Wobbled for sure on that left leg, but he's doing whatever he can. Reversal, duck under, drop kick. Xavier trying to get back into this match. Just banging his head off the mat.
There's the intensity of the extraordinary Xavier Deuce as he beats his head off the mat. He's ready to go. He's on one hurt leg here.
Can he regain the Imagine Live Championship here tonight?
Still a very impressive drop kick.
He's going for that face buster there. Oh, big Samoan drop. Both men are down. And Lucio Devir is here, Jimmy.
Oh, of course he is.
What is he doing? You just told me he's weak. Xavier Deuce is to his feet now.
Lucio must be properly hydrated tonight. He's out here. He's on his feet.
Hydration's very important to him.
Oh, Xavier
low
Deuce
life.
nearly
Wait a
gets
minute.
a shot.
Low life. Rolling him up. 1, 2, 3. Low life. James Rivers takes the opportunity and rolls up a distracted Xavier Deuce. Thanks to Lucio Devir. Whoa! Bend over goes Lucio.
He ain't on his feet now. Oh, he's back up.
Duck under. There's that forward STO.
Leaves pain on the canvas.
Here we go. I will take your nothing. I will book you against me in the grave this Sunday. You will never be seen again.
Xavier Deuce certainly fired up and ready for this Saturday. We're just 3 days away from Volume 73, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you get your tickets.
Absolutely. I'm as we get Xavier Deuce and Lucio Devir out of here, I'm tasked with the unfortunate news to announce the passing of Darren Overbeck, very important member of the Imagine Wrestling family here. Our thoughts and prayers are with him at this time. Yeah, I'm good.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are in the spotlight. My first guest of the evening is someone looking for a little bit of attention. He is the big star, Dave Daniels. Dave, last week, you heard the responses from Cato himself.
Yeah, I heard him. And Lloyd, you're lucky I'm here this week. In the imagination, you're lucky I'm here this week. Because you see, last week while I was dealing with, let's say, some dental work, which I'm doing great. Thanks for asking, Lloyd. Some dental work. Thanks to everyone's favorite and Cato's favorite, your heavyweight champion, Braden Elliott, which, kid, you're going to get yours. But what do I do? Instead of just sitting back, being lazy, just taking a week off, I penned this heartfelt statement. It came from the heart to all of you at home. And what happens? What happens? Well, first of all, you DC Bentley, instead of doing your job and just reading it, you got to get all triggered and offended. And then he hands it off to his buddy Cato. And what's Cato do? He comes out and he makes a mockery of it. Yeah, he makes a mockery of it, and he eventually gets to saying that this is a blessing, that he's been waiting 20 years to punch me in the face. He wants to punch me in the face over and over again. Lloyd, well, guess what, Cato? I can't wait to super kick you in the face. Yeah, I can't wait. You know, a lot of people keep asking, oh, Big Star, how can you be so arrogant? How can you talk all this shit week after week on Cato? You know why? It's because I'm not worried. It's because I, too, Cato, have been waiting 20 plus years for this. Yeah, I've been waiting. The social media, they posted this video with some old clips of a match we had, and there's something significant about that match, Lloyd. First of all, do you know this? That is the only heavyweight title shot I ever got working for a company where Cato's got the pencil. Yeah, also this too. This was the only, in the last one-on-one match I had with Cato, because he kept me as far away from him as he possibly could. You know why, Lloyd? Because if he hadn't, I would have ended your career and done everyone else a favor a lot sooner than 2026. But here we are.
Cato.
Here you are. What? Go ahead. What's this? Oh, go ahead. Yeah, this is my time, Cato. This is my time. You see, you come out, you did all this talking last week, and I know I keep saying this is your last match, and God knows your career's not on the line, but it's because I'm going to hurt you, Cato. And you're lucky, imagination. I'm a professional right here, and I'm keeping my cool, Lloyd, with him interrupting my time, because I'd end it here now, but I got to get paid this Saturday night. But I'm going to hurt you, Cato. And some other news, too. This could be the last match of my career, because there is nothing better than putting the cap on my career than ending yours. Yeah, that's peace. That's closure to me, Cato. I don't know what's so funny. I don't know what the smirk's about. You know something I don't know? I'm going to hurt you, Cato. And it's not going to be that funny. Like, are your kids and grandkids going to be laughing? Are they going to be laughing when I hurt you? What? They going to be laughing? Hey, cool down.
Who do you think you're talking to?
I know who I'm talking to.
Do you think the man in front of you is the guy that my grandkids call Pappy? Do you think the guy in front of you right now is the guy that my kids call Dad? Or do you think the man in front of you is the guy that my wife calls Ken? I am not. Dave, I am dangerous. You know that. And this Saturday night, you are going to find out just how dangerous I am.
Let's roll the video of the Greek god, Alex Danis.
Ladies and gentlemen of the imagination, it's yours truly, the Greek god, Alexander Danis. And before I grace you with my presence this Saturday at the Juniata Civic Association, I just wanted to check in to give you a quick Danis math lesson. So get out your pen and paper and your notepads and start writing. You see, under normal circumstances, Gerard Garrett would have a 0% chance of beating me. Now, factor in the fantastic finish stipulation that we have for this Saturday, and I've crunched the numbers. Gerard Garrett now has a -% chance to beat me. You see, it's really quite simple. My finisher, the discus clothesline, is feared the world over. I can hit it out of anywhere. So that means Gerard Garrett's walking his dog down the street on a nice Saturday afternoon. Boom! That means Gerard Garrett's at Giant Eagle trying to decide if he should get Fruity Pebbles or Count Chocula. Bang! That means Gerard Garrett's in the gym doing his little 7.5-pound dumbbell curls. Pow! I'll take his head clean off his shoulders before he even sees it coming. Now, the same can't be said about Gerard Garrett's finisher, the power slam. See, I'm like an owl, a tan, muscular Greek owl. My head swivels 180 degrees. I see everything. There is no chance, especially with that afro atop his head, that Gerard Garrett's going to be able to sneak one in on me. I'll see it coming from a mile away, and I will take his head clean off his body with a clothesline before he even has a chance.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back in the spotlight. My next guest is a man of mystery. He's the enigma, Lucio Devir. Lucy, would you like to respond to what just happened earlier?
What just happened? Did you see what just happened? How ridiculous that was? I got attacked for no reason. All I was trying to do was help. I was simply out there to tell the ref to check on them since they were both down. I'm the good guy in this situation. Clearly, Xavier Deuce, he's the bad guy. This is 2 weeks in a row. 2 weeks in a row, he attacked me unprovoked when I didn't do anything. So I think, since I was attacked, the only fair thing to do, it's only fair that the match this Saturday should be canceled and I should be awarded the victory right now.
Well, Lucy, I'm not necessarily saying this, but there's whispers in the back that you're actually afraid of Xavier.
What? You did just say it. You're trying to say that I'm afraid of Xavier.
Well, if you're not, Lucio, why don't you just wrestle him tonight? Tonight. Yeah.
Tonight. You think I won't? You think I won't? Well, I mean, I would. But after that attack tonight, my whole body hurts. I got to get checked out by a doctor everywhere. My whole body, my head, shoulders, knees, toes.
Knees and toes?
Knees and toes. It doesn't matter. Are you trying to embarrass me? You're trying to embarrass me too, huh? No one embarrasses me. Nobody embarrasses me. Nobody. dickhead!
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, my last guests of the evening are none other than the classic rockers, Jimmy the high-flying hippie, and the rocker, Chris Sands.
On more of a kinder note with some less language, Jimmy, last week I gave the whole spiel, man. I finally did my convincing, and I finally got the answer out of you that I felt that I deserved and that I needed. But I'll say it again, you're my hero. And this is closing the book to the Rockers' story. Out of anybody ever, I thought we talked about an honorable mention a long, long time ago. You can give that to me. But you're my best friend. I've sat under your learning tree for a long time. That does not mean for 1 second that I want you to take it easy on me. Just like I know your tricks, you also know mine. It's the last time I got people to thank. I got a story to end. It's just something more than that. It's just...
I know what you're saying. I think I get it. It's an important moment for me, too. It's the end of our tag team, but definitely not our friendship. We'd like to have you as the referee, Lloyd.
It'd be an honor.
We'll try to make that happen by Saturday. If there's one more thing I want to do before we part ways, I want to thank you. It's been some of the best times I've had in wrestling. One of the best people I've ever met. Appreciate you, buddy. Let's dedicate Saturday to Darren Overbeck.
Let's roll a video of the magnificent one, Gerard Garrett.
It all started with a handshake. This wasn't just any handshake. This was the handshake heard around the world. Two of the greatest forces in Imagine history finally coming together. Alex, when I shook your hand, I looked you in the eyes, and I thought I finally have a partner. I thought I had someone I could trust in this locker room. Someone to have my back. But the truth is, you never wanted a partner. All you wanted was an opportunity. And the second you got one, you stabbed me in the back. Ever since then, every time we step into this ring, it's nothing but cheap shots, blindside attacks, anything you can do to avoid having a real fight with me. So Saturday, we're going to settle this the only way we can settle it. And it hits your finish match. But that's not the only thing on the line. You see, this rivalry, this betrayal, everything that's happened between us, it's bigger than just a match. So the stakes have changed. Alex, it's not going to be about who wins this match. It's about who's left standing in this town. Because when one of us hits that final blow, loser leaves town. Alex, I want you to hear me loud and clear. You started this the second you shook my hand and stabbed me in the back. But I'm going to be the one who ends it for good.
All right, ladies and and gentlemen, the next wrestling match will be the Imagine Live from the Dojo Chapter 289 main event, but don't go anywhere afterwards. We still have that huge contract signing that will solidify the match between the current Imagine heavyweight champion, all that Braden Elliott, and the Sideshow Psycho and Carney King. You're not going to want to miss that. Before we get there, we have a explosive and incendiary situation to get to. Introducing first, he is accompanied to the ring by your current Central Pennsylvania champion, the Shape Jake Wiley. He is the Battle Buck Magnus Knox. All right, gentlemen, thank you for joining me here in the ring. Magnus, I'd like to speak with you first, if I might. I'd like to ask you, what preparation are you undergoing to prepare yourself for this huge challenge you have on Saturday? You're going to be going one-on-one against the world beater, Chris Coleman.
I'll tell you this. I haven't had to do anything different. I've been prepared for this moment my whole life. Chris Coleman, you have wrestled for 22 years. That is longer than I've been alive. But here's the thing. In 22 years, you have not faced a threat like me. You have not faced a man like me, because for 22 years, every person that stepped in that ring with you has stepped in there to have a wrestling match. I'm not here to just have a wrestling match. It's not about just winning for me. It's about making a statement. It's about punishing you. It's about beating the ever-loving crap out of you. It is about making a name for myself. Because I'm going to be a star. I am going to be the main event of this company, Battle Buck Magnus Knox. And I'm going to prove why everyone should fear the deer.
All right, thank you, Magnus. Jake, I'd like to speak with you next. The last time we saw you, you weren't looking so hot. How do you feel in the aftermath of that attack?
Well, it's no surprise. Chris Coleman beat me to an inch of my life, but he didn't finish the job. And, you know, that was a mistake, because all it did was turned me on. You see, I got chills running up and down my body. And, you know, Coleman, you should have finished me, because now this Saturday, I'm going to show Direwolf all of the pain, all of the excitement that you dished out to me. You see, Direwolf, this Saturday, I'm going to DDT your head so hard into the mat that it's going to crack your skull open. And then, here's the kicker. I'm going to take what little brain you have left, and I'm going to devour it whole. And then, wait till you hear this part. Whenever you're laying there, I'm going to pick up your blood, and I'm going to finger paint my girl and give her the makeover that she keeps asking for.
All right, well, thank you, Shape Jake Wiley. Disturbing imagery for us to contemplate on. But introducing next, this is the opponent for the Battle Buck Magnus Knox, accompanied to the ring by the world beater Norseman Chris Coleman. He is Dire Wolf! All right, Dire Wolf, great to see you. Chris Coleman, always a pleasure to see you as well. I'd like to ask you a question, Direwolf, and I'm going to ask you for some honesty here. There are a lot of people saying that they're not quite sure if you can win this Saturday, but I'm only concerned with one person's opinion, and I got to ask you, do you think you can win against the Shape Jake Wiley this coming Saturday?
Well, you know what, DC? Saturday's a long ways away. I got to stay focused right now on Wednesday night. And, you know, I think that with all the coaching up that Chris Coleman's been giving me, with all of the support in the live chat, I know that I can beat Magnus Knox. And that's sort of why I wanted to talk about Wednesday first, because I'm not sure if I can beat a guy like Jake Wiley. I mean, this is a guy who's our Imagine heavyweight champion. He held that very strongly for months. If you name a championship here, he's held it. And by hook or by crook, he's even beaten guys like Chris Coleman. So I need everybody cheering for me there. I know that no matter what, whenever I'm down there on the ground, and when I hear a little kid cheering out for me, saying, Direwolf, come on, get up, there's nothing else in this world that'll pick you up, give you a surge of adrenaline, and want you to keep on fighting just like that. And I've known for a while now that I'm going to dedicate my first win to the Overbecks. So I'm going to raise a drink to Darren, and I'm going to walk out Saturday, your next Central Pennsylvania champion.
All right, thank you, Direwolf. Chris, I'm going to ask you the very same question. How do you feel not only about Direwolf's chances against the Shape Jake Wiley, but I want to know how you feel about your chances against the Battlebuck Magnus Knox this coming Saturday?
Well, as far as Direwolf goes, if you believe in yourself, and you truly do, you've put in the work, you've done everything I've asked you to do, you can absolutely defeat Jake Wiley on Saturday night and become the new Central Pennsylvania champion. Now, as far as you, Magnus Knox, this is not going to be a wrestling match. This is going to be a fight. You're going to beat the ever-living crap out of me. Better men than you have tried. I have faced many a threat, very similar to you, and defeated them all. You want to be a main eventer around here? You're going to have to do it over my dead body. I'm the measuring stick around here. You want to become a main eventer? You got to get through me first. And don't let this blonde in my beard and the slight limp in my gait fool you. You might be the younger athlete. You might even be the superior athlete. I never made it to nationals in AAU, but what I have done is competed at the state and national level in strongman and powerlifting and Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Nobody's hands in this company are heavier than mine. No one's will is stronger than mine. I didn't come back from a ruptured Achilles tendon to lose to a guy like you. So you had better be ready for a fight this Saturday night, because I'm going to give you one.
All right, that was Chris Coleman. If you want to be a main eventer, Chris Coleman is your hookup. Valhalla, if you hear me. We're going to see Direwolf and Magnus Knox right after this.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with your main event of the evening, but don't go anywhere because we got that face-to-face contract signing here coming up after this match. Referee John Williams giving everybody the memo, if you will.
The Direwolf versus the Battlebuck Magnus Knox headlock takeover early here.
Real tight in that headlock too, Jimmy G.
Vicious venison Magnus Knox. Speaking of gamey meat, your referee for this contest, John Williams, as Direwolf works his way up here back to a vertical base, standing waist lock. Magnus Knox looking to take him down to the mat. The AAU ranked wrestler from Slippery Rock University finds that headlock once again.
Battlebuck is primed. Wow, big shoulder tackle. Primed and ready to go. Got a big old chip on his shoulder, but that was a big hip toss from the Direwolf. Big back elbow from Direwolf now, followed up with a big side slam. Look at that, Jimmy. One. Oh, just a one count.
Great ring awareness there from Direwolf, plants him right dead center in the middle of the wrestling ring. That's where you win a wrestling match.
We're world beaters shouting to him on the outside, telling him to stay on him.
Got a single knuckle walk here. Almost a nerve hold. Very interesting submission there from the Direwolf.
Just a little too close to the ropes for his liking. Oh, now Battlebuck just throws. Oh, my God!
Absolutely vicious offense as Jake Wiley couldn't have been more proud.
God. Just force. No! clothesline from the Battle Buck. Now kicking him in the kidneys. Big shot to the spine and another one.
It's that vicious offense from the Battle Buck. Those big strikes with that head plant onto that ring apron, Mike Zeke. Absolutely vicious.
Oh, now just yelling at him. Why would you do this? Why would you do that? These big shots in the corner, man. Oh, my God. He just crumbles.
Snout first into that turnbuckle. Dire Wolf's in a bad way here. He is on the mat licking his wounds, Mike Zeke.
And Battle Buck's just pacing, just stalking. Oh, STO!
Really just forced him down.
Yeah. Used his momentum against him. Took him down real quick. And now he's got that.
The deep chin lock,
Yeah,
Magnus
man,
Knox. He's that arm really crooked over the trapezius muscle of Dire Wolf. Dire Wolf able to turn into it there.
He's
Does
back
the
to a
right
vertical
thing.
base here, yeah. Oh, now another forearm for Magnus and another one. And another. He's relentless. Vicious, relentless. I mean,
when you're laid out flat in the ground like that, there's nowhere to go, no give. Maximum.
Look at this deadlift.
Impact, just like this deadlift.
Oh, my God.
Just folds him like a lawn chair, Mike Zeke.
Just having his way with him.
Very unceremonious offense here.
It's ugly, but it's effective.
Almost primal here from the Battle Buck. As I called him earlier, vicious venison. Magnus Knox, the Battle Buck, really having his way with the Dire Wolf here.
He says he wants to be the main event. He wants to be the guy around here, and he shows it every time he gets in the ring.
He's got a big step on the proverbial
Now, come
food
on.
chain here.
Yeah, and now referee John Williams paying attention to the gauntlet of Battle Buck Magnus Knox. Now just blatantly choking him right in front of the referee. Come on.
That was following a right hand there by Jake Wiley. Dire Wolf, a man without a country here on the wrong side of the ring.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
You can really hear them shots, Mike Zeke. Big strikes here.
Jake just yelling at him, telling him to give up.
Dire Wolf reached for that rope, instead just sees the face of Jake Wiley.
Oh, man,
what
now
a
just
nightmare.
Pressing his face into the mat.
Magnus shoots the half. Near fall there.
Wow.
Classic wrestling pin.
It's going to be that easy. He just keeps talking and just telling Dire Wolf, just not going to do it. You're not going to beat me. Nice snap suplex there from the Battle Buck, going for the cover again. Just a 2 count for the Battle Buck.
Nice cradle there. Really stacked him on the shoulder. Got the body weight across the shoulders. Dire Wolf able to kick out. A lot of fight in this Wolf. The Lucha Lobo unable to find his way to his feet here as Magnus Knox just rains down more strikes. Look at the welts all over the Dire Wolf.
He's just covered, man. But he's not slowing down. He's not staying down. He refuses to quit. Oh, my God.
Oh, Dire Wolf almost falling out in the ring right here in front of us.
Oh, blocks.
That could have been real bad, Mike Zeke.
What are we doing here? Oh! Variation of a code breaker out of the corner.
Innovative offense here from the Dire Wolf. He tries to find that moment, tries to get something going here.
That's the first that Battle Buck has been down at all in this matchup. Big swing and a miss. Battle Buck coming from underneath.
He's finding an answer for Battle Buck strikes here, Mike Zeke.
Yeah, he is. Oh! Hit him with those Polish hammers. Duck under. Hey, that looks like a Wolf Saber Slam. I've seen that before.
He's out to the apron, Mike Zeke. He could be looking for that Wolf and Splash.
Wolf and Splash engaged. Is that enough? 1, 2. Oh, my God.
Oh, that was as close as he's been yet to securing a victory here. Dire Wolf within an inch.
Good Lord, Jimmy, so close.
Of securing that first W.
Oh, now Jake Wiley up on the apron. Come on now. Dire Wolf, big shot to Jake, and Jake goes down, but takes his eyes off the prize. Dire Wolf's got him up.
John Williams allowing this contest to continue.
Oh, no. Come on, Dire Wolf, kick out.
Backpack stunner Magnus Knox, the Battle Buck, is your winner.
Wow. Oh, I'm just yelling at him, saying, I'm not done with you.
Let's go.
Wow. You guys are out of here quick. Good. Oh, man. Certainly not the outcome I think either one of these men in the ring were hoping for. Both have huge matches coming up. Hey, come on! Hey, wait a minute!
Rear naked choke.
He just snuck up on Chris Coleman.
That's deep.
What are we doing? Come on, let him go! He just snuck in the ring. Coleman's out.
Coleman's face down.
Jimmy, what do we just see? Come on, get him out of here, John.
Get someone to check on Chris Coleman.
Coleman in there to check on Direwolf, and then Magnus Knock just sneaks in the back door, sneaks a choke. You know, I don't know that you'd been able to get a chokehold on Chris Coleman had he not just stuck behind him.
Unbelievable stuff here. We still got a big contract signing coming up next here as we try to recover from whatever we just witnessed there. Pure violence from the Battle Buck Magnus Knox. What a match. What a scene.
I gotta ask, is this new?
Oh, this right here?
Yeah. Is that new?
No, this was white a couple weeks ago, and now I've tie-dyed it because that's what I do, Mike Zeke. You can check out my company, Flying Hippie Tie-Dye, on Facebook. Hit me up this Saturday. Stop by the table. New tapestries, summer gear, shorts. It's all there. We're ready for spring here at Imagine Wrestling, so make sure you hit the 7th anniversary show this Saturday and check out my company, Flying Hippie Tie-Dye. We'll be in the merchandise area.
And ladies and gentlemen, if you've been following my good buddy DC Bentley and I's podcast, the Ben Mike Podcast, episode 39 will drop tonight at 9 o'clock. Make sure you're following us on Spotify. Hit that like button, comment. We just want to take this time and thank everybody for listening. We're coming up on a year. April 11th will be a year. DC and I have been doing this podcast, so we really appreciate everybody doing that.
What's the topic on this episode?
For episode 39? Well, just kind of all the fallout from the last couple of pay-per-views, some current events, some things happen in UFC. You know, DC likes to kind of go all over the place, and that's what we do.
Just a great way to catch up in all areas of combat sports. That's a Bent Mike podcast. Make sure you check them out. We thank Imagine Wrestling for this time. And we also want to thank Imagine Wrestling for 7 years, buddy.
Yeah, man. 7-year extravaganza. The event of the spring, ladies and gentlemen. VIP tickets, NWO, sold out. They're gone. General admission going quick. Make sure you get your tickets after this contract signing once we finished chapter 289 and get your tickets reserved for our show in just three short days. But Jimmy, I'm going to let you wrap up here. I got to get into the ring here for this contract signing, so if you'll excuse me.
Absolutely. Just check us out this Saturday, man. 7 years is it's been a great time at this company, and I'm sure there's going to be a great number of many years. Now's the time to get on board. If you've never checked out one of our events, get on our website, imaginewrestling.com, for tickets. Plenty of great general admission still available. Not a bad seat in the house. A lot of big matches. I think we're about ready to go here in the ring. So let's send it away to DC Bentley.
Thank you, Jimmy. I have here in my hand a contract drafted up by the Imagine Wrestling Administration that solidifies two men's commitment and obligation to an act of mutual combat for the Imagine Heavyweight Championship title on Saturday, March the 21st, just 3 days from now. These two individuals have more history than any two members of the Imagine Wrestling roster. They are also going to commit themselves here this evening to no physicality. I'll remind you of that. Introducing first, the challenger, a man who has held every single title of prestige here at Imagine Wrestling. He is the Sideshow Psycho. He is the Carney King. He is Malachi Gage! That could very well be true.
You still got to get the rope.
Allow me.
Is this my seat?
Please.
Thank you.
And next, he is your current Imagine Heavyweight Champion. He is all that. He is Braden Elliott. Also, one half of your Imagine Tag Team Champions. Excuse me for my apologies. Gentlemen, you've been properly debriefed. Of course, we expect no physicality. We will let you say your piece to one another afterwards. Imagine Wrestling Administration expects you both to sign, solidifying your obligation and commitment to the match on Saturday, March the 21st. For that, Imagine Heavyweight Championship title. Braden Elliott wasting no time.
I'll start again this week if you don't mind. You said here last week that when we first started here, that we were friends. That's true, yes?
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
Up until my ego became a problem, right?
Yeah.
Right? And that makes you a liar. That makes you a liar, and I'm going to tell you why right now. It's because from the first day you walked in here, you really believed that you could beat any man they put in front of you. Right?
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah, I did.
And then, what happened next? The day came to back that up, and I embarrassed you. Because I'm a better wrestler than you, and you know that. So you asked for a second opportunity. Instead of walking your ass to the back of the line, you begged Kato for a second match with me. And you failed yourself. You failed all of them for a second month in a row.
I had you beat every single time.
Then why didn't you, Braden? Then why didn't you? Why don't you tell them why you didn't beat me?
Because you, just like every single person in the back, every time that I'm in the ring with everybody, everybody's got a plan. Everybody's got a shortcut that they want to take.
Then come with a plan, Braden.
That's what this is. It's all, I never have a plan, right? How am I here? How do I have this belt? How do I have this belt, huh?
Because you beg for opportunity after opportunity, and you get given them. You're Kato's favorite. You're Kato's favorite, Braden!
Here we go. Here we go. Again, go ahead, yeah. Everything that everybody else says.
You know what? You know what? This match, this Saturday, it's not so different from those two matches at all, actually. 7 years have passed, and you haven't grown up at all. Meanwhile, I should be holding the heavyweight championship right now. I should be the tag team champion right now. The only difference is this Saturday, you are walking in with everything to lose, and oh man, it is going to be my pleasure to take everything away from you. I'm going to start with the heavyweight championship, and after that, I'm coming for the tag team title too. I'm going to make sure you are left with nothing. You will end 2026 with nothing. Unless you think you can do something about that.
Let me lay this all out for you right now. When I first started here, I was a scared kid that walked through that door. And now, I haven't grown up. I have grown into a man.
You should be scared. Oh, you should be scared, Brandon.
Of what?
I'm taking your title. There's nothing you can do about it.
I should be
I'm
scared.
I'm gonna do it with a smile on my face.
of a guy spitting bullshit out of his jack-o'-lantern teeth. Sit your ass down while I lay this all down for you right now.
Hey, guys, no physicality.
7 years. 7 years of what? 7 years of you taking a shortcut. 7 years of you taking the quickest way that you could to the top because
it worked.
No, it didn't.
It worked.
Right? Oh, it worked, right? Who's on top? Who went from being the biggest underdog in this company to the top dog right now? Right now. Who's the best?
And it was an ego. You said, oh, no, you're looking at the best. I swear to you, it was an ego. I didn't have an ego. I just knew that if I did it on my own, and I did, and I proved it every single time that I got in this ring, like I have every single damn month, every year. From the professional to the rad boys to all that, it does not matter. I have done everything on my own. Because I rested on myself. I trusted in me. I went against everything. Every guy in the back said. Every time they tried to get me to cut a corner, I said no. Every time somebody tried to get me to join one of these stupid-ass groups like whatever you have, I said no. Every time somebody had a grand plan like you, and they tried to get me involved, I said no. How about this grand plan that you have, huh? Where I haven't heard about it. You said it involved this. You said it didn't involve me. That grand plan, I'm going to take it on Saturday and I'm going to shove it straight up your ass. And you say I got everything to lose. And you got everything to gain. You're right. You were absolutely right. But what happens to you when I walk in on Saturday and I end all the charade? All this talk that I can't beat you. I can.
Like you said you were going to do 20 times before. What happened then? I beat you.
I had you beat. And you brought in every single person that you could. Bring them all. Bring every single person on Saturday. I will drop them where they stand, and I will drop you, and I swear to God that I'm going to end you and all of this because I'm Braden Elliott. And I won't. No.